Page Punchers!
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. So it seems that the second half of the Injustice-themed 7-inch page puncher wave of action figures has begun to hit retail. Where? Well, I'm not sure in the States, but I know in Canada, for some odd reason, CMD Store has been getting multiverse figures before, heck, even the pre-orders from McFarlane Toys Store are due. As usual, both of these action figures comes with a packed-in comic book, and as I say every time, it would make more sense that you put a piece of the story with every figure at like a collectible, rather than just giving every figure the exact same packed-in comic. And of course, they each come with a trading card. However, each trading card has the exact same image on the front, meaning the only thing that's any different is the back where the data file is. But you and I both know that we don't buy these figures for the comic book or for the trading card, really. We buy them for the figures. Supergirl looks very much like she does in the Injustice universe, which means she has a bonkers weird costume. Big shoulder pads and no sleeves and big red gloves, and a backwards color style S with the S logo being gold or yellow and the inside being red. It's all very strange, if you ask me, that they decided to differ from her basic look so much in the Injustice universe. But as far as Todd's work in bringing the Injustice Supergirl to life, he's done a fantastic job. The blue, gold, and red palette that's been chosen to color this figure in, they work very well together, and as usual, I say it a lot, there's fantastic texturing on this figure. On the back of the cape, you have her golden Supergirl S insignia that attaches underneath the shoulder pads there. It's all one piece, and she also does come with an alternative set of punching your face in hands. Some people may or may not argue that the face sculpt doesn't look quite right for this version of Kara, and I would say I don't think that the face sculpt is bad at all. Actually, I think that it's pretty good. The hair, on the other hand, well, I'm in the middle. I mean, there's lots of dark in here, lots of shading, and Kara's supposed to be like blondie blonde. But overall, I think that it looks fantastic. I really like this Kara figure, and I've got an Injustice display that I've been putting together with McFarlane figures and Storm collectibles, and she's gonna look great up there next to her cuz. Okay, so not all the figures in this display are Injustice characters. Some of them I just fudged in because I think that they look good with the other figures. I don't really have much in the way of comparison for this version of Kara Zor-El, so I've just got her, as you can see, standing next to the DC Essentials version of Supergirl. Well, except for this one. I got this a long time ago. OUT Toys sent this to me, and I was like, well, I don't really care to open it on account of I'd already reviewed enough, and I really wasn't that impressed by them. I guess this makes this, what, Reviewception? This has happened from time to time. Purple base, extra hands, extra head, figure. Right, so this is the OUT Toys Supergirl out of the package. Like I said, I probably should have reviewed her like years ago. I was sent this from OUT Toys along with a bunch of other figures, and this was the last one that I just never ended up reviewing. I got too busy, and to be honest, I wasn't really super into these figures. I mean, I suppose they're really small, and for how small they are, I suppose, you know, a reasonable job has been done bringing these characters to life in this tiny, tiny scale. And oddly enough, I've got a bunch of these, and I don't even display them. They're just tossed in a drawer somewhere. Anywho, you can see that OUT Toys decided to use a different one of Supergirl's outfits in the Injustice 2 video game. However, one thing they did get right is the blondie blonde hair, and the face isn't too bad considering it's, you know, well, look at the size of my thumbnail in comparison. That's tiny. Anywho, moving on. Now as for Dr. Fate, I think that this is a fantastic rendition of Dr. Fate that admittedly is using quite a bit of the same parts as previous Dr. Fate figures. Well, I'll just put it up on the screen now, and you can see here are three of them. We have the original release, and we also have the lighter blue release, the gold label, if you will. And I'm not really sure which one of these I like better. Sometimes I like the darker, sometimes I like the lighter. But aside from the sash around both of the original Dr. Fate's waists, the knee plates are different, and so are the shin guards. They're also different. The wrist guards and the chest piece, they're exactly the same, and so is the cape. However, the shoulder pauldrons and the helmet are also different in comparison to the original. And I think overall, I do prefer all of the details on this Dr. Fate more than I did for the original release. I like the more basic armor and the shin guards on this one in comparison to the previous. The only thing that I like better on the previous Dr. Fate is the helmet. This one is molded in a nice kind of muted gold tone and it looks really nice, except for the fact that I'm not super keen on it looking like the front of a train. You know, with the sculpted piece sticking out on the bottom of the helmet. I mean, it's not a bad design, it's just not my cup of tea. Anyway, that is my story and I'm sticking to it. How do you feel about these figures? Do you think that they're good or do you think that they're garbage? Let me know down in the comments and I will see you with the next one. Have a DC day, everybody, and take care.